So speaking of Dave Bautista, I'm on the Dave Bautista hype train right now, guys. I can't wait to see what he does next. Okay, obviously we saw him in Guardians, and we know what to expect when we see Dave Bautista in the Guardians movies, right? He's the comedic relief. Unfortunately, there's so much more to the Drax character in the comics, from what I've been told. But he is very ambitious of an actor, and I want to play a clip for you about Dave Bautista, just to kind of give you a sense of the kind of guy that he is, and also he really wanted to tackle a couple of roles when offered one thing. So when he went to WB Warner Brothers, it was to meet for, I forget what it was. Instead, he pitched Bane. You remember Bane, Tom Hardy from The Dark Knight Rises? And then when he met with Universal, he was meeting for Fast 9, the upcoming Fast 9. But instead, he wanted to do something a little more ambitious, like a series known as Gears of War, which was a popular Xbox video game from the mid 2000s up until about maybe 5-6 years ago. Here's Dave Bautista.
Pretense about it. So I had a chance to get a meeting at WB, and I walked in, and they were talking to me about this and that, and I said, hey, let's talk about Bane. That happened to me one other time in my career, and I had a meeting at Universal, and they wanted to talk to me about Fast and Furious, and I said, I'm not interested. Let's talk about Marcus Phoenix.
And what's the reaction to that? Did they sort of go?
I think I think they were a little put off, but it's like, man, you get a shot. I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm not putting down anything else. I'm just saying, like, this is way more interesting to me. I don't want to, pretend like I'm actually interested in something I'm not. When there's something I'm actually really excited about that you guys have under control. Like, would you consider me for that? I mean, I don't think there's any harm in that. I'm not trying to step on anybody else's toes or disrespect anybody else. I'm just saying, like, this is what I love, man. I'm seriously passionate about this. Like, I do a good job for you guys on this. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so, but twice in my career that happened, and twice in my career it didn't pan out.
Not yet.
But I'd still, if I had given the opportunity again, I would just, I don't see any harm in chasing your dreams or being honest with someone and saying, man, this is what I really am passionate about. I'd love, if you guys would consider me for this, I'd really, I'd do this justice. I think when people are more personally invested, then it's just going to be a better product, Man,
you see, like I said, I'm on the Dave Bautista hype train right now, okay? You got to love seeing that from an actor, somebody who's, wanting more than just a paycheck to do a movie. Dave Bautista wants more. Now, again, I haven't seen Blade Runner 2049. I will. I promise I will. And the fact that he's also going to be in Dune, Denis Villeneuve's upcoming Dune this year, this guy is really campaigning for these type of roles that, allow him to not only grow as an actor, but to show other people what he's capable of, what he's already capable of. And with a movie like Gears of War, again, some of you in the chat might not be familiar with it, but Gears of War was a really, really popular game for Xbox. I mean, basically, it's a story that takes place on another planet where basically civilization is being taken over by these creatures known as the Horde. And basically the humans fight back. And Dave Bautista is somebody who really wants to play the main character known as Marcus Phoenix in the games. So here's a photo of Dave Bautista doing promo for Gears of War, the latest one, Gears of War 5. And you can see right there, like, he totally looks the part. But not only that, when you see him in Army of the Dead, you're convinced, okay, he can do this. Because again, Army of the Dead is not just shoot 'em up, fun. There is some dramatic moments in Army of the Dead, and Dave Bautista made me a believer So again, I can't wait to see what this guy does next. We'll get to what he was just announced for. But first, I want to give some updates. For those of you who are familiar with Gears of War, what's the latest on the movie? I mean, because we just got a Mortal Kombat movie, which I was hoping would be the movie that really broke the video game genre through, and to newer heights. But WB kind of, gutted that movie and brought it down to like an hour and 50-minute runtime with credits. I believe there's a better Mortal Kombat movie that's in a director's cut. But here's the latest on Gears of War. A gentleman by the name of F. Scott Frazier is writing the screenplay, and this is as of 2018. He's best known for a movie called Collide, which was with Nicholas Hoult, Felicity Jones, Anthony Hopkins, Ben Kingsley. So I don't know why I haven't heard of that movie, but that's quite a cast. And then, of course, Xander, Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, which, I mean, let's just say I turned that movie off after about 20 minutes. Maybe I need to watch it and, give it a chance the whole way through. But the movie will apparently not be set in the game franchise. So that's a little bit of a stop sign for Dave Bautista if he wants to play a character like Marcus Phoenix, who is front and center on the graphic right there. And then lastly, this one gets me excited. Dylan Clark will produce. He's best known for the Apes movies, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Those movies were great. But he's also produced Bird Box, which was a nice little movie on Netflix with Sandra Bullock. I enjoyed that one. And the upcoming Matt Reeves' The Batman. So Dylan Clark is a name you want on a project like Gears of War. And given what Dave Bautista has done, again, he took the meeting to pitch Gears of War, I believe back in 2018, maybe 2019. But since then, he's done Infinity War and Endgame. He was a part of those movies. It's nice to have on your resume. Blade Runner 2049, which apparently he got a lot of praise for. Army of the Dead, which proved that he could be a lead in an action movie and also produce dramatic, he can do drama. And then Dune, later this year, Denis Villeneuve's Dune. So maybe Dave Bautista, Universal is looking back and saying, hey, you wanted to do Gears of War. We've been impressed with what you've done. Let's make you the lead. We'll see. Okay, things change, things happen. Dave Bautista has proven himself. In fact, he's proven himself so much that he's going to be in the next Knives Out.